Hello, and welcome to Lunchtime with Monica Chu. Today with special guest Audrey Q. Snyder, all the way from Chicago.
I love that intro so much. It's so cheerful.
It's from that Oscar Peterson piece that I am playing
I
after our Kodai.
I was like, wait, why do I know that?
Yeah, so this is our second time doing the show. We did it first on Friday on Facebook, and yeah, that
Yeah.
was Breonna Taylor's would have been her 27th birthday, and so I'm still thinking about her a lot today. Um, yeah, it's been a real hard time for everybody, but um, we're very glad that you tuned in, and we can't wait to share some music with you. So yeah, um, so Audrey and I are recent friends, and we hooked up through the Gabriella Lena Frank Academy of Creative Academy for Music, and that's an academy that is sponsoring these artist relief funds to help artists who are got Corona canceled this spring on top of everything else. So I wrote a piece for Audrey called Zoom Gloom, and we'll be playing it last on the program. It's actually just for Audrey and um, for a recorded track. So um,
It's a treat. Get ready.
And then, as if Audrey didn't have enough stuff to do, we're also doing a Kadai piece together that was originally for piano that I arranged for piano and cello that is somewhat internet enabled and that it survives small amounts of latency. So that piece is called Transylvanian Lament, and it's very topical for Audrey.
I sent Monica an email after I sent you an email after like the last performance that we did because I totally forgot that it was called Transylvanian Lament. Like it's not on my sheet music. And I happen to be reading Dracula right now for the first time ever, and I was just like, it just felt like the stars really aligned. So anyway,
Well, good. And then we'll give Audrey a break, and I'll play two more pieces from the same set of Kodai Opus 11. So one is called He Cries in My Heart as It Rains on the Town, which is from a poem by Paul Verlaine. It's a secret coded message to his lover, Rimbaud, I think. I think that's what it means. And then an epitaph, which since I've been thinking about Breonna Taylor a lot recently, I really wanted to play today for her. And then I'll play that little ditty that you heard in the intro by Oscar Peterson, who is a great Canadian jazz pianist who died in 2005, one of the piano greats. And, you know, as the events of this week have unfolded, or the past couple of weeks, well, it's really the past 30 years since Rodney King. This week I was really trying to examine the ways in which I have neglected to acknowledge Black art and Black music in my life. And I looked through my library and I only had this book that I'm going to play something from and a book of Scott Joplin rags, which is really pitiful because, you know, most classically trained musicians, if they go through whatever music school, it's much more likely that they'll have pieces by Gershwin or, you know, Dvorak, composers who borrowed from Black culture than actual Black musicians. So I felt
yeah.
a little bit, yeah, go ahead.
Somehow when like Black music and like aspects of Black music are like then sort of refiltered through a prominent white composer, somehow that has
It's more
historically
acceptable.
been more more acceptable.
Yeah. So I felt a little weird about playing, you know, from this Oscar Peterson book, which he did not intend to be a concert piece book, but rather for people to learn how to play jazz. But then I realized I've done the same thing for Bartok. I play things from Microcosmos, which he wrote for pedagogical reasons. So, um, anyway, I'm working on my collection of scores, and after that, the repertoire list. So,
Yeah, we all have a lot of work to do.
I know. And Audrey made these great recommendations for Black Chicago musicians who have albums available on Bandcamp. And I don't know if you want to say anything about that, Audrey.
Yeah, these were just obviously like by no means anywhere near a comprehensive list, but these are just a couple of people who I was listening to recently, and I was like really signal boosting them on Friday, particularly because it was like one of those Bandcamp Fridays where more of your purchase goes directly to the artist. But for sure, if you look at Namdi, he just came out with an EP on Friday. I think it's 3 tracks long. It's called Black Plight, and even though it's not Bandcamp Friday yet, he's putting pretty much, I think all of the proceeds are going to 2 or 3 really great Chicago-based organizations that are just working to empower the Black community. So I encourage you to check it out. And they're all just really great musicians. So,
and I put that in the comments, so you can go check out those artists. And then I get a break because Audrey's gonna play some Bright Sheng.
Yes. Sorry.
Do you want to talk about that piece?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sorry. So I'm playing the 6th movement of Pastoral Ballade from Bright Sheng's 7 Tunes Heard in China, which is this really great piece. He does, I think what he does in terms of fusing in a way that doesn't feel like really like blocky, like here's folk music and here's like the newer stuff. Like I feel like he really fuses contemporary aesthetic characteristics with themes from folk songs and other from China. And this Pastoral Ballade is just a really interesting movement. It changes timbres and tempos like very suddenly and unexpectedly, and just really kind of has like a very wide spectrum of emotions that it evokes, I guess. So yeah.
It's a really good piece. Thank you so much for offering it. And then we'll wrap up the program with the piece that we talked about called Zoom Gloom. And it's a piece that I wrote for Audrey, and the topic is fatigue, Zoom fatigue from attending lots of Zoom meetings. And, there's always problems with the video or the audio or whatever. And it's never totally satisfying, but at the same time, it's better than anything that we have that's available in the current circumstances. So anyway, I solicited a bunch of voicemails to create the audio track to go along with this. And some of them are from found Zoom calls, like Zoom classes and things like that. So
yeah, my voice is unfortunately in there. No, it's fine.
It's great.
But now I know what I sound like sometimes. I'm like, oh no. No, I'm glad it's in there.
Yeah. All right. Should we begin with the Kodaly?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Thank you, Audrey. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for doing that experiment with me. All right, time for a break.
was lovely.
Hi, welcome
Hi.
back.
I love the epitaph in particular. It's really beautiful.
Thank you. It's definitely the heart of that series. It's number 4 out of 7. So, yeah, pretty brutal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Audrey. That was so beautiful.
Thanks.
I see you also forgot to take off your headphones.
Oh yeah, I did. I just get so used to having them on. I'm like, this is fine.
I know. They make my head so hot, though.
It's true. My head is very hot right now. Right. Whew.
All right. Yeah. Now it's time for the final piece on the program, Zoom Gloom.
Some Zoom and Gloom.
And I will turn my mics off and remove myself from the stream. One moment.
Hi, everybody. How are you guys tonight? Everybody good? Okay, we've got more people coming on, so this may take a
everyone please mute themselves?
Unmute. Who can unmute? Alright, Grace. Can you see what I'm doing on the screen?
They can hear me, and other people said you can't hear me. Is that true? Some of you are hearing me. And some of you
What's that, Grace?
I am.
Yeah, I can see that you have the
Cool.
screen pulled up.
Making sure that they are successfully disclosed.
Good stuff.
Whoever's
Good talk.
typing, can you mute your phone, please?
I can only see the top of your head.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, sorry, you go.
No, you go ahead.
I have a hard stop at 3.
I've got a hard stop in business.
Can you see my presentation?
Can you see the presenter?
This is nuts. My computer is acting weird.
Are you running Linux? You're breaking up. Can you repeat that?
I see myself, but I don't see a video.
There's 18 people in this meeting, and Diana, we can see.
My computer is acting weird.
The moment
Less backlighting is better.
Can you see what
So I don't know what's wrong.
You
probably
should mute yourself before you do that.
What's that, Grace?
Yeah, I can see.
There you are.
Now you're back.
It's your friend. I don't know if anyone said
Sorry.
anything
Good stuff.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Are you there?
Can everyone hear me?
Your mute
My
done.
computer is
I
acting
can
weird.
only
Oh,
see
okay,
the top
sorry.
of your head.
No, sorry,
you
I
go
see
ahead.
myself, but I don't
There's
see a
18
video.
people
Still can't
in
find
this
my
meeting.
video to turn it on.
Half of us have video, and you're gonna have to just scroll through.
Whoever's typing,
The moment I
mute your phone, please?
Still wearing your
Less
pajamas?
backlighting
I
is
have a hard
better.
stop at
I've
3.
got a hard
So I
stop.
don't know
Can you
what's
see what I'm
wrong.
doing on the screen?
Probably should mute yourself before you do
The
that.
presenter?
What's that, Grace?
This is nuts. My computer is acting weird.
Linux? You're breaking up. Can you repeat that?
tried to listen to anybody else.
Can we circle back to what we were talking about earlier?
Okay, have a great
Bye.
day. Thank you,
All right,
Audrey.
have a
Take
good
care.
day. Au revoir.
Bye. Bye.
Hurrah!
Yay! Thank you so much, Audrey.
Yeah. Thanks for writing this great piece for me.
It was a lot of fun, and you were super great to work with, and I really appreciate everything that you did, all your hard work that you put into that.
And you. Yeah, it's been super fun. It's been good to have another reason to wake up in the morning, you know?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, those are in a short supply these days, but
It's bleak. Oh man. Well, cool.
well, I don't think the YouTube crowd is generally a little more quiet than the
How dare
Facebook
they.
crowd, but thank you everybody so much for coming, and I hope everybody has I won't say peaceful weekend, but yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it gets better.
We love you.
Yeah. Most of you.
Yeah. We don't know all of you, but
Well, there's yeah. We definitely love all of you. It's good.
yeah. Thank you for having me, Monica.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Goodbye everybody.
Okay, have a great
Bye.
day.
All right.
Thank you,
All right,
Audrey.
have a
Take
good day.
care.
Au revoir.
Bye. Bye.